Back up to Temple Island for the Wyfold heat between Worcester and Mercantile of Australia. Worcester just looks a little bit sharper off the pontoon.
Well, I do. I would, coming into this race, having a little look at the results, I would say that Mercantile were the standout crew in this race today. But, you know, this is Henley. If they can stay in touch with them, end of the island up to the barrier, see what Worcester can put in.
Just the first couple of strokes, Worcester were a bit sharper off the block, but I think Mercantile soon have turned that round. There we are.
This is a very well-travelled group of guys, Mercantile crew from Melbourne, Australia. Multiple medals in Australia and Canadian Henley, and now they're over at Henley Royal. So they've travelled together, they understand how to do that, and they really stretch their lead out here as we move down the course.
Much as we would have anticipated, the Australians ahead against Worcester Rowing Club. Worcester Rowing Club boat 6th in the B final of the Championship Coxless Fours at Marlow Regatta, just down the way. 2nd in the Open Coxless Fours at the Metropolitan Regatta.
Yes, you'll hear us talk a lot about Marlow and Metropolitan. So they're two big races that are held here, both actually at Dorney Lake now, just down the road, and they're kind of the testing ground for Henley, and they're a place where people can pre-qualify as well. So if we ever tell you any results from Met or Marlow, that is where we're coming from.
Strictly from Dorney, where
Dorney.
That can't be, what, 3 or 4 miles away from Marlow.
Yeah. This is nice rowing from this Mercantile crew. Both crews have got a bucket rig, so normally you'd see alternative sides moving up the boat, but here you can see this Mercantile crew as a bowman and bow side, then 2 and 3 in the boat rowing on the same side.
And that is called a...
It's called a bucket, or a fig rig sometimes you call it. And I think, I'm not a physicist, but I think physics-wise it's actually quite a good way to move the hull. Maybe you do that sometimes to change around the rhythm of the boat, or where you've got the powerhouse in the boat.
Yeah, it's an interesting call from a coach, isn't it? If they decide to set the boat up like that.
Yeah, it certainly is.
They must be good at physics. They must understand.
I don't know, I don't give them that
the
much credit.
intricacies.
No, some people just like the way it looks, I think, sometimes, you know. If something's going wrong, stick it in a bucket rig and let's see how it goes. But it's working for these Mercantile boys.
Yeah, I might ask them about that when I get a chance to speak to them later on in the week. Why have they got the bucket rig?
It'd be interesting to hear the differences between the coaches, what they think and why they're doing it. But both crews here are rowing with a bucket, yeah. And the Worcester crew coming past Remnham there. Probably 4 lengths in this Mercantile crew. And I'd imagine they'd ease off a little bit now going into the enclosures.
Yeah, Mercantile have got this one in the bag. Heading towards the enclosures, towards stewards. Been too stressed right from the off of the first couple of strokes. I thought Worcester were the sharper, but since then Mercantile, as form would predict, they've got it under control.
I think going to the start line, you certainly probably know a thing or two about your opposition. You normally should do. I think those Worcester boys gave it some to try and stick with this Mercantile crew, but certainly now they're showing their class moving away from them.
I wonder if the Worcester crew will spend the rest of the week here at Henley, not a million miles away, is it?
I'd imagine they'd stay here. This is one of our rowing social events of the year, not only of racing.
Kane and Josh Rogers and Ryan Pettifer and Alex Cairns, and they'll get a chance to enjoy the delights of Henley.
Sounds pretty buzzing from the bank already on this Thursday morning. Nice shot there down the Mercantile bows, taking the rating down. Quite relaxed now. Nice and loose in the shoulders. Nice rowing there. You see that a lot in the Australian fours.
Carl Tomzak closest to the picture in the bow seat. Jack Kelly just in front of him. James Hudman and Angus Maloney. They're the 4 that you can see. So relaxed shoulders.
Yeah, rowing's a horizontal sport, but sometimes we like to go up in the shoulders and really power it. And actually it's about rhythm, relaxation and length, and then you can really unlock the speed. It's going to look nicer because they've taken the rate down for sure, but that's low in the shoulders, horizontal rowing. You can just paddle past them, clapping crowds and stewards. Start thinking about tomorrow's racing.
They were finalists last year. Two of these boats, in fact, were finalists last year. Lost to Moseley Boat Club. Well, find themselves progressing again to Sunday, based on what we've seen there. Made it look pretty easy. The bucket rig has worked.
Yeah, it really has. Well, not for Worcester today, but it has worked at times.
So well done to Mercantile of Australia, winning the Wyfold Challenge Cup heat on this Thursday against Worcester Rowing Club.